All right, we want to move on back to the Galway Races. We were in the Prospect Hill Paddy Power shop yesterday and also on Monday for Ruby versus Punter. This is where anybody in a Paddy Power shop can go up against the tipster, that is Ruby, and also up against Joe Walsh, who is the nominated tipster on behalf of the Prospect Hill branch of Paddy Power in Galway. It's their flagship store in Galway, and so far it's been a bit of a whitewash because Ruby is in the form of his life. On Monday he tipped Great White Shark at 28-1. Yesterday he was on Salt on Stall, which romped home in the 740 at 10-1. Ruby, you're on a hot streak.
Absolutely flying, but as I say, you should quit while you're ahead, Jar. So if I could gracefully bow out now, I would.
I think the competition is over anyway. But I don't know. I think you got to ride hot streak. That's the casino logic in it.
Is it?
What did you make?
Funny enough, any time I was in a casino and got a hot streak like that, I walked away from the table.
Well, that was wise. That was definitely wise.
Yeah.
Come here. What did you make of yesterday's racing? Because it looked like it was a great day.
It was a great day. I was obviously there for lunch, actually, or dinner as it was, because it was an evening meeting. But it was very competitive racing. 0-10 was a very impressive winner, so was Fast Book. But it was good racing, yeah. Yeah,
we were talking earlier on with John Duggan, and he was making the point that Aidan O'Brien, Donegal yesterday was talking after his victory, saying, look, this is a very nice horse, that Aidan O'Brien is sending very good horses to Galway now, some of whom are actually going on and winning classics as well. That helps.
They are, but Dermot Weld has done that for years gone by. I mean, Galway, the actual sod in Galway is in amazing condition. The amount of grass that's on the track and the condition of the track is amazing. So there's no reason why you wouldn't send a good horse there. Like, and you'll see that today in the Galway Plate with the quality of horse that's running. You'll see it tomorrow in the Galway Hurdle and again on Friday in the Big Guinness Handicap. But like, it's the actual, and it probably goes unsaid, or they're probably the unsung heroes, but the ground staff in Galway are amazing. They have the track in condition. I wouldn't think there's football pitches as well kept as Galway Racecourse.
Did you enjoy the whole festival environment around Galway, or is it a distraction from the racing in any way when you're actually in the white heat of the competition?
I enjoyed it, but I always enjoyed riding in front of a crowd. You spend most of the year riding in front of 1,800 or 2,000 people, so when you get the odd chance to ride in front of 25, 30, 40, probably 45,000 tomorrow, I enjoyed that.
And does it raise your own game? Does it just feel like it's a bigger occasion?
Probably. I don't know. Some people feed off atmosphere. Some people don't like it. I actually loved it. The bigger the crowd, the more it built you up, and the more excited it was, the more sense of achievement. I always enjoyed it anyway.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about today's racing before we get your bet for the day. What do you think is going to happen in the big race today?
I think the big race is very competitive. I think, without doubt, the top horse, Black Curtain, is the class horse in the race. But the Galway Plate, because it starts in the home straight, sort of on the crest of the hill, you can't actually see the first fence. So you race up the hill past the winning post, and then you descend down to the first fence. So when you're lining up at the start, you can't see the first jump. It's almost 2 furlongs away, and position is very important in Galway. So it's an absolute cavalry charge for the first furlong and a half to try and get your position. So the guys on the fastest horses have an advantage. They will go lickety split up the hill in Galway to the first fence in the plate, and those with a bit of speed can get into the right positions. I don't know, does Black Curtain have that blister and early pace to get into position? But if Bryony Frost can get him in a position, he could take a lot of pegging back. That's
interesting, because we were obviously on the track yesterday. It was the first time I ever actually got a chance to kind of see the extent of the hill, and you can never tell from TV just how serious the hill is. You hear people talking about it and not being able to see the actual fence itself. So you begin to understand exactly how important getting into position is. Is that something that you can only really learn through experience, or can the young jockeys who are, you know, in their first or second Galway Festival, can they be told that in advance, say, look, you need to get out there and do this, or do you actually have to just experience that, Ruby? No, of course you should learn from doing your homework. It's the same as in every other sport. You watch replays of previous Galway Plates, of previous races, run over that distance around Galway, and you figure out where the majority of the winners come from. That's like studying the opposition from football, rugby, soccer. In racing, you look at replays and you figure out where the winners have come from in a general sense, where you need to be to win a race, how races are run year on year. So that's only doing your homework, Jar. Yeah, with experience, you'd have ridden in those races and you can remember them.
But if you're worth your salt as a teenager or a 20-year-old, you do your homework. And I mean, it's much easier to do that now with the internet. When I was a kid, you had to traipse through VCRs to try and do it. I mean, they've no excuse not to have the homework done.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Okay, what is your bet for today?
I'm going to have 50 each way on Move with the Times in the Galway Plate. I was going to do a double on the first and third race, but they're simply too short and we won't make any money for charity. So we'll have 50 each way and Move with the Times, who's 11-1 with Paddy Powers at the moment. But I'm sure Paddy will give us 13s, will he?
He's not with us at the moment, but we can verify that afterwards.
That's why he's giving us 13s. He's not there to say no.
Grand, we can verify that with Paddy a little bit later on. But 11-1 at the minute, 13-1 for you, Ruby. I'm gonna take the executive decision and say he will definitely give it to you, and if he doesn't, he can text us afterwards.
We'll just abuse him if he doesn't give it to us.
Fair enough. We'll tell him you told us to. That's perfect. Ruby, good stuff. Enjoy the rest of the day. Thanks a million.
Any of you going to Japan, lads? No. Discussing the World Cup there, flat out.
Definitely, yes. One and potentially two of us at some point. Are you going?
Don't think so. No, I'd love to go. It's a great country. I was there. I rode there twice actually. It's a fabulous place, but it'll be interesting, won't it?
You won the national over there.
I won, the Grand Nakayama. It's a big city just outside Tokyo. But I really enjoyed my time in Japan, and I'm looking forward to the World Cup.
Well, here's the thing: the benefits of being retired now is, maybe you'll be able to swing a trip. Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
Off the ball can send you.
I doubt it.
Ruby, good stuff. We'll talk to you again.
Good luck. Good luck.
Also with us this morning is Joe Walsh, who is the punter in Ruby versus Punter. Joe, how are you doing? Good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm very good. You had a tricky day yesterday.
Yeah, tricky day. They're running well, but just not getting home.
So yesterday you'd backed
Marshall Jennings and Sharp Focus. Sharp Focus finished third. Marshall Jennings was unlucky, finished fifth at 33-1. I thought I was going to be in the frame.
Yeah, Marshall Jennings ran really, really well and just got caught at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought turning in he'd nearly win, but he didn't see out the trip.
Okay, so that was Marshall Jennings and Sharp Focus. Ruby had an amazing day. Obviously, Paddy supercharged his odds yesterday, so he's up 1,825 in 2 days. It's not
nothing.
bad.
That's easy pullback. We have 5 days left yet.
We do have 5 days left, yeah. So
listen, 5 days left yet.
What's your tip today?
I like a horse belonging to Tom Mullins in the 6:10 today. I've been following him for a while. A horse called Barcassa. He's around the 10-12-1 mark.
Okay, Barcassa.
I think he'll go very well. And funny enough, I fancy a horse that I seen running in Killarney a couple of weeks ago, belonging to Willie Mullins. He's run on a horse called Prava Laguna. Hello?
Okay, Prava Laguna.
Yeah, Prava Laguna, yeah. He's around the 14-1 mark.
Okay, and what's he running in?
He's running in the Galway Plate.
Okay, in the plate. And are these your bets for today for us?
They're my two bets for today, and then I'll give you the rest of the cards. Well, 25 each way in Barcassa.
Yeah.
And that's around 10-12-1. And Prava Laguna is around 10-12-1 as well.
And that's the other 25 each way?
That's the other 25 each way.
Okay, good stuff. We don't need to go through the whole card today because we're going to go through those tips through the card with John Duggan in a little while. So
that's okay, that's good, that's fine.
So Barcassa and Prava Laguna are your two to try and close the gap on Ruby, who's doing quite well.
Close the gap on Ruby today, and by tomorrow we should have it closed a little bit.
Well, that would be great. Joe, best of luck with that. Thanks a million.
Okay, God bless, bye-bye.
That's Joe Walsh there, who is the punter in Ruby versus Punter. And if you want to go into your local Paddy Power shop, you can partake in this as well. There's leaderboards behind the counters in all of them, and particularly in the Prospect Hill one in Galway City.